My baby babes. Cool professional. Welcome to the Talk It Out Show. I'm your host, Joanne. We would like to let you know that this show is for entertainment purposes only. If you want to look us up on Facebook or Twitter, look us up on Talk It Out Show. And if you want to email us any of your questions, go ahead and email us at talkitoutshow@gmail.com. Now, if you need to physically send any of your questions to us, you can go ahead and send it to our P.O. Box at P.O. Box 901043, Portland, Oregon 97290. All right, well, as you know, I have my panel of lovely ladies. I'm going to introduce those lovely ladies to you. We have Lydia.
Hello, everyone.
All right, and we have our lovely Lauren.
Hi, everyone.
All right, you guys. Happy Friday out there, you guys. It's a beautiful, beautiful day here in the city, and we want to help one of our listeners out. This is a doozy, y'all. I don't think I got nothing to say because y'all going to have to help this brother out. All right, this one says, I know I messed up big time, but please tell me how I can redeem myself. This is how it started. One day I was at the doctor's office, and this mother and daughter asked if I wanted to have fun with them. I asked them what kind of fun. They said to fulfill their fantasy about being with a black man, no strings attached. I said, what the hell? So I agreed to hook up with them after the doctor's appointment. We would meet at various hotels, and they enjoyed rough sex, and I was trying to kill them. Later on, the daughter added one of her female friends. I then got some Viagra because it was 3 of them at one time. I satisfied all of them from one to the other. Also started meeting them separate without the others knowing. It was starting to take too much of my time, so I told them I could no longer hook up with them, but they didn't want to take no for an answer. When they saw I wasn't going to hook up any longer, they decided to send my wife through social media videos. I didn't have any idea they were recording me in bed with them. To me, I wasn't cheating on my wife. I was just messing around, no strings attached. They found out who my wife was by my Facebook page. I've really broken my wife. She will not talk to me, be in the same room as me. I don't know how to fix this. Oh, and one claims she is pregnant, which I don't believe. I've changed my cell phone number and closed the social media. I would chat with them occasionally on. Please tell me how to fix this.
Well, one, you shouldn't have been with him when you was married. You should have put that at the end. Right, now I'm married. I was still stuck on the mother and daughter. I was like, on the mother and daughter until you said you were married. Like, I lost my... Oh, okay, so I have a lot of issues that I don't know how to express.
Yes, I said I can't say that.
So,
I ain't got no say.
mother and daughter want to have sex with somebody together.
Mm-hmm. I saw a movie about this. It didn't go well.
Why? Why would that be a conversation?
No, ask him, no, answer his question. How to fix that? Fix that.
Yeah,
because we know it. We know it's
know
wrong all the way through.
How to redeem himself.
Now tell him
He's
how,
gonna redeem
how he
himself.
can fix that. Tell him how to fix that. Yeah, get your toolbox. Come on. Tell him how to fix that one.
Yeah, please. Please tell him how to fix that.
How to fix that
Because
one.
that one might be pregnant, so we don't
Yeah,
know.
how to fix that.
I'm going to be honest here and tell you there's no way to fix that. And even if your wife tries to work it out, that's always going to be in the back of her mind.
She can't.
There's no way.
She broke. You done broke her.
Yeah.
She broke down.
Yeah, she going to divorce you.
Well, maybe not. But one thing you
No,
can
she
do.
needs to, because she ain't going to ever get over that.
No.
She's not. And then it was all blasted on social media, so you can't ever run from it. It ain't even a private matter anymore. It's everywhere. So you know your friends shared it. They friends have shared it. Her friends have shared it. It's everywhere. And guess what's going to happen? In 1 year, say you guys work it out 1 year, it's coming back up to memory.
Yeah. The memory thing every year. Oh, Lord.
5 years from now, it's coming back up.
Every year.
Because I'll be like, that happened 5 years. Didn't that happen 5 years ago? Yeah, it's always going to be there in her memory. It really is. And even if she don't remember it, and Facebook makes sure that anybody shares it will see it within 5 years, 1 year. Every year after this, they're going to remember it. I just don't understand if you knew you were married, how that happened. I know men cheat all the time, but
He said he knew he
He messed up.
He wants you to know He want how to fix it. How to fix it. He know he was wrong.
Why don't you fix it? Why you telling me to fix it?
Well, now you know let Kimbet fix it.
Why you telling me to fix it?
Because that's what he asked.
He didn't say Lydia.
No, he said panel. He said panel. He said panel. How can you fix it?
Well, fix it.
Ain't nobody can fix that. The only thing I can tell you to do right now is that you
and then if the girl pregnant, he gotta take care of the kid.
Oh yeah, there you go. And wait a minute, let me tell you, no, she probably ended up, because she she got a black child, so she probably ended up aborting that,
She might want a black child.
Could then you got.
They said they wanted to see how it was to be with a
that's what they
black
said.
man.
But anyway, the only way that I can see, you can't fix what you just did. Yeah, you should have. You can't do that.
At a time.
Yeah, you can't do that.
I don't even know how that is. I don't know.
Wait a minute. All I can say was it worth it? Because you lost everything.
Yeah.
And the only thing that you can do right now is ask for God for forgiveness and move on. And don't do this another time with your if you ever get married again. Because you're going to be on Facebook for like that. Is this you? No, never mind. Is this you? No, never mind. Is this you? No, I don't care where you go. Is this you? Yeah, you can't fix this one.
You know what you can. We're going to fix it. This is what you do. I got a plan.
Uh-oh.
Here's my plan.
Here's your plan.
Okay, your wife divorces you.
Yep.
And now you can be with the one that's pregnant. Booyah.
She don't want him, I don't think.
Oh, hey.
You said be with the one.
They got mad. That's why they got mad. They got mad because he wasn't giving it to them no more. And that's how they got on Facebook, because he stopped. If he wouldn't have never stopped, he would have still been in this happily bliss.
Oh, he calling you.
Yeah, he said.
Don't call me. I'm not answering you. I'm just letting you know. I'm not answering you. I'm giving you advice. You want to help.
No.
There you got your help.
And wait a minute. And to make this right, you can make this into a book, what not to do. So you can make this into something positive, or saying what not to do. How you lost everything in just one careless moment.
Yeah.
Don't call me again, please. Just don't call. That's the way it is. I'm sorry. You did this, and there's nothing we can do about that.
Mm-hmm.
But like I said, you can make it positive. Just don't do it again. But yeah, you're out there. You're just out there. But you know what? They cannot put your recording on social media without your permission. How?
You just put your recording on social media.
Well, how can you do that without?
You don't need permission to put recording. If you're in it, you can put whatever you do with you in it.
Oh, with you in it? Yeah. Okay. If you're in it, yeah. Okay, that's true.
If you put it on that phone, social media don't have respect for that. If I take a picture of you right now, it don't matter. I can put you up there. Did you watch me take a picture of you? Did you pose for the camera? I can put you up there.
Yeah, a lot of people pose for the camera, but you can't put my stuff out there without my permission.
Yes, you can.
But like I said, I don't know about this videos, internet stuff, but yeah, a lot of stuff. That's a privacy act that you can violate.
Oh my goodness.
But anyway, it doesn't make no difference. You're out there now. So yeah, sorry. That was quick, because there's no way to fix that.
Yeah. Anybody fixing that? You just try to do something to help you get back in with your wife good. We ain't helping you get back in with your wife good. You like don't even care.
Yeah.
Like, you don't care about your wife. So don't try to act like I need to fix this for her, because you don't care about her.
Yeah, you
don't.
Yeah,
and I still want to know about, I just need to talk to the people that she had sex with. Because I don't understand how the mother and daughter got together and sat down and had a conversation and said, hey, you know what? I never tried a black man before. Me either. You want to do it together?
This world, they said
I'm not surprised
Sodom and Gomorrah was bad. I think we passed them. We passed them in all sorts of morals and all that kind of stuff.
I just can't even imagine the conversation. Hey, Ma, how you doing? I never had a white guy before. You didn't? Me either. You gotta go do it together? Yeah. High five.
And that's so cool. I invite our friend, my best friend over here.
Yeah, why not make it a threesome? Of course, about. Yes.
Oh, Lord.
This is so cool.
Oh, my God.
I just don't get it.
I don't know.
I don't get it. If somebody can help me get it.
Nobody can help you with that.
Well, and the thing about it,
I got a question to ask for talking about this.
There's a lot.
How does that work?
What do you mean? How does that work?
I got my own question for talking about this. How does a the mother and daughter decide they want to have sex with the same guy together?
People do that crap all the time. That's what's so weird.
No, that ain't
This world is getting crazy. I'm telling you, ain't nobody got no boundaries.
I want to know how the conversation came up. I need to know how this conversation came together.
I'm telling you.
I need y'all to answer my question.
Some of the stuff that comes to us is like, I'm like, how did you get yourself into? And this is one of them. This is how. And he's and wait a minute. And then he got a friend and I'm like, what are you doing?
And then he gonna ask us how to fix it.
And then
fix it.
I don't know.
That's why I said I knew where you were going. I knew you were going like, we can elaborate on all the stuff that you did.
But
how can you
fix that can help it? There ain't nothing like you said. Facebook gonna bring it up every year.
You be like, okay, we gonna work this out. I can see the wife trying to work it out. I'm gonna work it out. He made this indiscretion. I'm gonna work it out. 1 year later.
Yeah, exactly. But then, if the kid gonna remind you, the kid born.
Might be Facebook wildest video.
Right.
You're on national TV and everything. So no, I don't know, hon. You just that was stupid of you. I mean, it's very stupid.
Very.
I said, and you had the commitment with your wife. I mean, if some dude came after your wife, hey, me and my son, we were with a black woman, can you do that? And she goes, you know what? I'm not really cheating.
No, that's what he did.
I'm just doing something. So here, and then you saw your wife in all those positions and all that kind of stuff. How would you feel?
People be mad.
Man.
Because men get so upset. Right. Don't have nobody up in here because I know if it's somebody else been in mine. But you like gave yours to 3 women.
Man.
2 of them were mother and daughter, and then they had a friend.
And then he was on the side sneaking into it.
Yeah, and they didn't know about it. So
he was screwing 4 women at a time.
Yeah, because he
probably was neglecting having sex with his own wife, just staring there. He
had to get Viagra.
He had
to get Viagra. So wife at home, thinking that she got a good husband and all that kind of stuff, and then now here you come to how you fix it.
Whoremonger.
No, there's no way to fix that. Yeah, no.
I'm done with this question because nobody can answer mine. No. And I had a question for to talk it out. Nobody answered.
No, we can't. We don't know. We don't know that. Like I said, we don't know. It's just pitiful.
Yeah.
This pitiful.
That was horrible.
I'm sorry, and it's the wrong panel. It was a panel of women. You better ask some hormones.
Yeah.
They whores. They will tell you. They might have some good suggestions because they already been.
They might even be on your side.
And they already been through it.
Yeah.
Did we get some?
Well, ask the women that you was with.
Hoes.
Ask them how you fix it, because they ain't speaking to you either.
No, they got mad because he stopped speaking to them.
Yeah, I know, but they after this they ain't.
No, they still want it because now it's like you ain't married now.
Yeah.
So you might as well come back to us.
Yeah. So you just all this time we wanted Juneteenth. We've been asking for. We are going through the struggle. We're still going through the struggle, and then here you are. It's just you just jumped into slavery, didn't you?
He said, I'm gonna be Mandingo.
Yeah.
And you are the man.
Now you're slave talking about how to fix it. You can't. No.
Oh Lord! And if that person is pregnant, Jesus.
Ooh,
the life you finna live.
Well, pass on to it. Yeah. Now,
okay.
Next.
I got another one, y'all.
Thank you.
This one, but y'all don't listen. It's will take a while, but y'all and it's Lydia. Here we go.
Okay.
First, let me say thank you for taking the time to read, possibly decide to respond. I have been at a toss-up with myself as to whether or not letting people in on my partnership, but here goes nothing. I met my significant other almost 3 years ago. I'm blessed to say the least. It's not always peaches and cream. I'm thankful for him though. I met him. Let's call him D. I met D on a website called Tagged. We know that.
Tag is a hookup.
A lot of people on Tagged.
That's a hookup spot.
My original reason to be on there first was to find me some friends with benefits, Not really shameful to say that I truly love sex. I don't know if it's because I'm a Scorpio or whatever, but after the random sex, I felt used. But I'll get to that in a minute. That's part of the reason why I'm here. I met D amongst other men, and we hit it off maybe 3 days after we met. We talked and talked and talked. He lived in a different state. Yeah, he lived in a different state at the time. So as for once, I wasn't looking for a man. He found me, and that felt so good to be wanted. He is chocolate, taller than I, younger than myself by just a few years, and he has children. He is a very, very smart man, very respectful. He came to my state to visit. So each time he did that, I sent my kids to their dad so they didn't meet him before I got a complete grasp of this man. For once, I controlled the speed of the way I met someone, as it always was sex with others. I wondered if he was just saying that, just to say them as everything seemed good. I'm happy to say that he has never lied about a thing. Let's fast forward to now. He is amazing, but I have one selfish problem. I need more sex. Don't get me wrong, when he on that deuce, baby girl, even when he ain't though, the sex is amazing. He is truly the third person in my life that has ever made me climax like that. But it's not enough, nor is it spontaneous enough for me. Before I met D, I took 2 years to find myself after breaking up with my kid's dad, after being together for 14 long wasted years. So within that time, I told myself that the next man that I takes me serious, I want to earn that spot to be his wife. Wasn't looking forward to being a wifey, but hey, I can't marry a man who doesn't give me enough sex. And yes, I see how messed up that sounds, but you need to know that I may just be an info. I don't know, but that's why I'm here, to get a better understanding. I'm not a straight to the sex type of female. I like the foreplay. I like to be high, and then like high, from the foreplay.
Yeah.
Sex with him makes me feel like I'm on his time. I have never felt like I had to be on anyone's time. If I called up a friend, I would get it. I'm always very much a giver, and when it comes to pleasure, just something that I love to do more so than the sex. 9 to 10, he turns me down. I'm a very spontaneous person, so messing around in the kitchen, bathroom, shower, etc., just because of a major turn on for me. He tends to tell me to wait, or not yet. I'm confident that he doesn't cheat, nor do I, but I can't lie and say I don't think about it, because I do. The only reason why I don't do it is because, like I said before, he's a great man. The sex is off the chain when we get it on, and he's not from my state. He sacrificed so much for me. He left a great job to be here. No, I don't feel like I owe him nothing, but I won't cheat, as I did that in all my past relationships. But I need more sex. What did she? Oh, she brought maybe you know about this. She bought a Tracy dog toy, and it's been amazing. But like sex, I only get hornier each and every time, and then I want more. The only thing I would never allow him to do is to do oral. It turns her off. That's good. I also like music. He doesn't while they're having sex. I don't. I really don't know what my question is, or if I really have a problem. I just would like to know who else is getting deprived of sex, and am I being unfair? And do I have a problem?
Well, trying to get all these different things. It was a long conversation. So throughout, I would like you just to spit out some of the stuff. So if we could keep the questions there available, that would be great. So the first thing I'm gonna say is you just have a high sex drive right now, and it's probably because he is in the spot. And like you said, you only had it 3 times. So when you hit the certain spot, like the A spot, you do crave it a lot more than normal. Than if you just have a regular G spot or a quick spot, whatever, sex. So you gotta have that in mind, that you are into it, like you want it more because your body is craving it more, because it's like I never been this satisfied. Like I never been this satisfied, and then your body's probably feeling better every time you're doing it, because it's just hitting all kinds of stuff. And what a lot of people don't understand is sex does do a lot of healing in our body, so it's just that conversation is going there too. So you're really sexually higher drive than normal, which is okay. But you can't make him high sex drive. And it's funny because I tell this, guys don't want to feel like that's all they're good for. So he might feel that that's all he's good for, so he's not going to be as horny if that's all he thinks he is for you is to be pleased. So you have to, again, like I tell a guy with a female, you're gonna have to foreplay with him way throughout the day, appreciate what he does and all that stuff to get him ready and stuff. But right now, he probably feels like you only want him for that. And if that's the case, then he's not into that, because he probably really has feelings for you and emotions. So it's not that you're the only one probably not getting enough. It's just that you want to overlay him out because you never felt the way you feel when you have sex with him, except like you said 3 times. So you're getting it, your body's craving it, so your private area is just calling out for him all the time, and he doesn't get that because men get satisfied usually all the time. They usually can come all the time. It doesn't have to be good sex. It can be good or bad. It's still once they get it, they happy and satisfied. Well, girls are so hard to get satisfied, so that when they get it, that's it. We want it all the time because we don't know when it's gonna end. You know, when is it not gonna end? Let me get as much as I can because I just don't know when this is gonna be the last time. So you gotta understand that too. And so communication, again, I'm always a key of communication. If you can communicate and express that emotion with him, maybe he can understand it. And don't always just look at him for sex. Look out for other types of things. Intimacy comes in so many different forms and stuff like that. And I know down there is craving it, and you got Tracy Dog. And I'm telling you right now, Tracy Dog is awesome. I've heard so many wonderful things about Tracy Dog. That's what threw me off when you said you don't like oral sex. Because I'm like, that's part of the Tracy Dog. I don't get it. You don't like oral sex. You get that from the Tracy Dog. So. And the Tracy Dog is really a good tool. So maybe you just need to be doing some Tracy Dog. So when you're around him, it's not so excited to when you get with him. That's just the best way I could put it for you. But you need to communicate all that to him, because right now, I think he just thinks he's your vibrator and he doesn't want to be that. That's my opinion, because right now I've talked to plenty of guys to understand that I know, and women go, but men always like to have sex because women don't be giving it. But and men don't understand why women don't always want to, but sometimes we're not always getting satisfied. So it takes a lot more for us to have sex than it does a man. I try to simplify it. A man can just stick his penis in the sink and wash it off and keep it going. Where women, we gotta clean, we gotta wait for the stuff to all come out, and then we gotta clean and then soak in the tub and this. We got a lot more work to do to clean ourselves up. So if we get it, we really it better
be worth it.
It do. It really does. And we don't feel like doing all that, especially we're already tired. Oh my goodness, we done tired, we done worked, we done came home and did this and this, and now you want to do something. And sometimes we mess up the foreplay that's already been enhanced because we're so busy worried about the cleanup at the work. Like, you just go to bed and roll over. That's it. There's nothing you have to do as a guy to make that enhanced. I guess is the best way for me to say it. I don't know any other way to say it at this moment, but that's just the way that I could say it.
I think for me, I kind of feel what she's feeling on the sense of like, that, to me, I think that feeling of like when she's saying she's trying to come on, and then he's like, no, not now. Like, I feel like I'm on his schedule type thing, because to me, I used to do that, and in the past, and then I would feel like, okay, well then I'm not gonna ever, because it seems like every time I'm coming at you, because I'm not an affectionate person anyway, I'm not somebody who initiates anything. So if I do, I'm on some people, I like that, I think in general. If I try to start something or I do something for you, and I get a response where my feelings might have gotten hurt, or you know what I mean, then I'm like, okay, cool, I'm not gonna do this no more. You know what I'm saying? So
you gotta understand that's the same as a guy when a guy's trying to get sex from a woman. They still have the same feeling. For some reason, we just think it's.
But she says she's on his time though. She's
not on his time. She just wants it all the time, and he might not be ready. Like you gotta understand, if a man want to have sex with you as a female all the time, you are like, no, this is more to life than me just laying on my back. So that's the way he's feeling. Like, I don't mind having sex with you all the time, but I don't want you to think that's all I'm good for. When I got so many other qualifications for myself.
Well, and I can see what you're saying too, because. Like, I remember how I used to be, and I was like that same way, and then once life changed, and I mean, they got kids, kids and stuff, he got kids, she got kids, that type of stuff. So there's so much going on in life, and he's, he done changed his life and moved and things like that. And when you have all that going on, if you're working and you have a family and this and that, you ain't all your mind ain't always on that because there's so much more to life. You got to run a household and things like that, and so it's not. So for her to even have a sex drive like that and even have kids and all this stuff that she got to do, because there's way more to life than just sex.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
And remember, I mean, I had to learn it the hard way because my mind was that way too. But then my mind didn't even figure out, oh, well, you know, when you have sex, you can have kids, and then you have a whole bunch of kids, and you get tired because you got to raise the kids.
Yeah.
And your sex drive ain't going to be the same after that. Because you got to take care of them kids. You never even thought about that. It was okay when you had one, or you didn't have any at all. You had time for that. You know what I mean? But when you do that, then there's not the time for that. And so you have to start getting it to a point where, you know, because you guys have a household and a family and things like that, that you got to kind of, not that it has to be scheduled, but I mean, at least pick it. It can't just be, hey, let's do it here, because you got kids around.
Exactly.
It's already bad enough. I mean, obviously, they're like, okay, is the kid asleep? You know, you got to try to range off. And then if you got kids sleeping sometimes, not some, then you just got to plan that stuff sometimes, unfortunately.
Yeah.
But it is that way. And he's probably thinking that way.
W.W. Mika said, putting off immediate gratification can increase desire. Roll with this, especially if the sex is awesome. Then she also said, if you trust him, ask him if he finds you desirable and if he is an emotional lover. If so, are you willing to explore non-sexual intimacy?
Oh, that's nice.
Which everybody should be doing anyway, because that's what makes it even better.
Yeah.
And you can find out things that can get you to the next level.
Yeah.
Even more so. So if you think you got that gratification now, best believe if you have that intimacy, it's a lot better.
Right.
Then she also says she's agreed with Lauren, and Lauren ain't said one word, so I'm thinking she's saying Lydia. Men can find used as well. They can. They can feel like they're used as well. Yeah. You know, one of your co-hosts is asleep. That would be Lauren. That would be Lauren.
Yeah, she didn't say that.
Lauren does not talk about sex, but you know, I would love to hear what Lauren has to say, even though she doesn't talk about it. Go ahead.
Yeah.
Oh, I just have to say ditto to what you just said. I mean, she said it in a very nice and plain way. Cause I was like, wow. And then she was saying, okay, you just have an overly
sex drive.
Sex drive, and I definitely agree with that. And yep, I gotta go.
So worth the call, Lauren away. But so you gotta understand, and I have to tell females this because to me, females miss this out so much. And what it goes is, if you don't like it, then they won't like it. You know what I mean? So keep that in mind. If you don't like it, when a guy just looks at you for sex, then why do you feel it's okay for them? Just because they like sex?
Exactly. Yeah, because I think people just assume, oh, guys like sex. You know what I mean? Like it's gonna want it all the time type thing or whatever. And that's not the case. I've had conversations, and even with my significant other, and you know, because you know, as women, sometimes we just be like, oh, you know, you think, oh, man, just gonna sleep with anybody, da. And he's like, no, you have to, regardless of whatever. I mean, because I always talk about how, you know, I know what I look like, and I know that, you know, sometimes you can get it, you know, maybe insecure or whatever, knowing that maybe the women in their past were like really gorgeous or beautiful, blah, blah, blah. And there's more to that. You know, there's more to life. And he's like, you have to actually be attracted to that person. You have to be attracted to that person. You have to know that you can trust that person. You got to know that that person ain't been with everybody.
Now, why are we having that conversation? Because I get tired when people say I have to be attracted to people. Mm-hmm. There's so much more than attraction than looks.
Exactly.
Or size. Yeah. Because you could end up growing into that relationship. Mm-hmm. Regardless, so you might never ever wanted a big girl, or you never might wanted a skinny toothpick girl, or you might never wanted a middle class, middle weight girl, or you never wanted a short or a tall or a brunette, a blonde, or black hair or short hair. There's things you might not like. Your preference is this, and I always go, well, your preference is got you dating me.
Yeah.
So I'm not gonna be what you wanted because it didn't work out for you for the things you wanted.
Yeah.
So I always look at it that way, and you have to be open-minded in a relationship. The ugliest person to you could be the one that you're the most attracted to, because you guys connect, you're meshing, you're in this relationship with, and you want to make sure that is the connection you have. Yes, when I first see you, I would like to be attracted to you. Yeah. But let's be open. How many times have that worked for you? Are you still single? Because if you're still single, that means it didn't work out for you the way you want to. So maybe get to know a girl or a guy first, and then see if that can grow into an attraction. And mind you, intimacy is so broad, and I think we just narrow it down to intimacy is sex, and it isn't. It's so much more than just sex. You know what I mean? Because I hear people say that all the time, like what Joanne said. Oh, because I might not look as good, or I might not be the size, because you know everybody has an hourglass figure of what a woman should be, or a man should have an 8-pack, and this is what he should look like, and yeah, that might be our desire because that's what's always thrown in our face. But in reality, I always say, I was never, for my husband, I was not his type, and he was not my type at all. There was nothing that, he was dark and tall, but that was all he had. That was my type. The personality wasn't my type, but I was open to love, to go, oh, this, okay, well, he has my heart. And that was more of a turn on, an intimacy, a foreplay. That was more of what connected me to that. And then, oh, this other stuff comes into play. So you have to do that. Like people would say, I'd rather have sex first before I get married, because what if sex is bad? Well, if I'm open to be free, I might be bad in bed, but if I'm open to be free to learn, why not enjoy learning with me and teaching? Because even though I might be something learning, you might learn something with me too. So there's so many different things there's a process of. But what I don't want women to do is say, oh, well, this man's not looking at me as attractive because when I'm ready to have sex, he's not ready. Well, every time I try to come on to him, he's not ready. So I don't want to really come on to him. Well, have you did the same thing I'm telling you to do with women? I tell a man to do it with women. What part are you doing to make he feel comfortable? Make sure he knows that you want more than just sex from him. Now, you thinking it's a compliment that I always want to have sex with you. That was a compliment in the beginning. Now I just feel like that's all you want me for.
And they don't like feel like a piece of meat. They really don't. They do not.
We don't fit like that.
I didn't even realize how bad. Y'all be thinking that that's good, but they do not like that.
No, and then we don't like it. That's what gets me. We don't like it. So if we don't like it, why do we expect somebody else to like it? Yes, men feel connected sexually. So if you don't have sex with them, they feel like you don't love them and there's somebody out. But if that's all you want them for, like you ain't asking them to provide, protect, and love, and all this, and that's all you asking for, that makes them feel less than, like they're not anything. So if they ever get bad down and having sex, then you don't want them anymore. And that is what they should not feel like.
Right, exactly.
And that's just how I feel about that question. So I hope I answered that question.
Yeah, you did. I think that's it. I think that. Yeah, I do. But because I don't know. I guess, like I said, I really don't know other things like to help her. I mean, I think like she just, like you said, she needs to communicate. She needs to sit down and talk to him because I mean, I can't really think of like an actual solution. That's the solution because to me, that's the whole relationship it seems to be a great one all around. Yeah. So it just needs to just be some communication there and where everybody can get on the same page in that. Because like I said, when I even thought about it, yeah, I see she's got this high sex drive, but I'm like, you guys got too much of like life. You guys got kids. You guys got, you know, I mean, and I know how life is. I've been there, but I mean, to even have that sex drive still and you have that life like that, that's where you need to have communication. I have to do that. We have 5 kids in the house, and it ain't like we in a huge house. Yeah. You know? So then that's when you got to make sure that hey, they got to go to sleep, and they got to do that. If that's what you want to do, you got to make sure, feed them good. Feed them good.
I always say too. I even wrote a play about it. I always say this in a relationship. If you guys are really have a high sex drive on both ends, your room should be off limits to your kids. Period. Like there's a living room, a dining room, there's kitchen, there's their bedroom, there's all this. But your bedroom should be your sanctuary to explore and have a good time with. It should not be a place where your kids can go in. Now, if you have a low sex drive, then that's fine. But if you have a high sex drive, you should really work on not having your kids in there. Because when you go in there and that door is shut and locked, your kids don't come in. Because you might not want to just be limited to the evening. Who wants to just have sex at night?
Right.
You know, you might want to have sex in the middle of the day.
Mhm.
You might, which I've done several times, and I don't think I could do it now, but I did. But you have company be like, I'm going to be right back. And go and do what you got to do and come back out. Those are things that you have a choice, and that should be your area with you and your husband. That is your private sanctuary to do whatever you want. And if you have money and you can have a separate room to do that, and then that's fine. But most people don't. So your bedroom should be that area where kids are off limits. So there is no knocking on the door. And if you train them that way, they know, oh, when mommy and daddy's in the room, we don't go talking. That means you discuss everything, blah blah blah. You know, you go in your room and talk, and that's a private moment. You cannot go in the room. That door is shut. You are not allowed in the room. Matter of fact, the door is never open, so you know you're not. That's just one of those rooms you can't go into. And then you do all the family stuff in the living room and or in their room or in the dining room or however, maybe I don't know how big everybody's place is, but you make it that way for people who have a high sex drive. Because what Joanne was going to get you to tell you, that gets tiring after a while. There's no more excitement, so then it's not really that much fun anymore. You want to have excitement in that area just as much as going on date nights and all those other things. You want to have excitement in every area of your life.
Yeah.
You know, because usually you're overstressed about work, money, or you've been arguing about this, or communication, kids is acting up, they ain't having a problem at school, somebody bullying, or they the bullies. So you have all this life stress. So as much time you can get that freedom to be free, you want to have it. And you don't want to just have it, okay, we got to put the kids at 10, and that's the only time we can be free. Well, that's horrible.
Yeah.
It is. And that can cause a lot of issues in a relationship. So think about that as well.
Yeah.
She came back out and she was she said it very stern. Say it again.
Yeah.
There you go. You can't get that anywhere.
She agrees.
Yeah.
She agrees.
On the Talk It Out show.
That's right. There you go. All right. Well, that's all I have to say. And I'm glad that we were able to, hopefully we'll be able to help her out. And like Lydia says, communication is always key, no matter what. No matter what.
In every part of your life. Work.
Yes.
Ooh, you are
Woo!
good.
Girl!
I thank you. Because if it wasn't for you
Yeah.
being here today, we wouldn't have this deep conversation.
Yeah, we wouldn't.
We thank you.
We can't help people out without you.
Exactly it.
You know what I mean?
She broke it down. Did you guys get that?
Yeah.
Do it again.
Yes.
Ooh.
Man.
Now I know you understand now.
Here we go. All right, you guys, we thank you so much for tuning in. You guys keep those questions coming in to us, and we'll see you next time on the Talk It Out show. Have an awesome week.
And don't forget to hit subscribe and share and hit that little bell button for notifications.
Notifications.
Yay!